Welcome to Online Storytime with Mrs. Annie. I am so glad you found me. Well, today I am going to read another story about Mercy Watson, and the title is Mercy Watson Fights Crime. I think this is going to be another delightful story. I hope you enjoyed the first one. Are you ready? Well, let's get ready to read. Hello, boys and girls. It's time. Here we have Mercy Watson Fights Crime. Do you have your listening ears on? I hope so. Let's read. Chapter 1. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson have a pig named Mercy. Each night they sing the pig to sleep. Then they go to bed. "Good night, my dear," says Mr. Watson. "Good night, my darling," says Mrs. Watson. "Oink," says Mercy. Once again, boys and girls, look at the beautiful and colorful illustrations all throughout the book. Most nights, Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson and Mercy all sleep soundly in their beds. But there was one night when they did not. Chapter 2. Leroy Ninker was a small man. He was a small man with a big dream. Leroy Ninker wanted to be a cowboy. But in the meantime, he was a thief. He was a thief in the kitchen at 54 Decawoo Drive. Leroy Ninker was robbing the Watsons. "Yippee-hi-oh!" sang Leroy. "Everything must go." He grabbed hold of the toaster. He pulled it across the counter toward him. "Screech!" went the toaster. "Shh!" said Leroy. He tossed the toaster into his bag. "Clang!" went the toaster. "Shh!" said Leroy again. Chapter 3. Screech! Mercy woke up. Screech was the sound the toaster made when it was being pulled across the kitchen counter. Mercy Watson loved toast. She particularly loved toast with a great deal of butter on it. Mercy got out of bed. She pricked up her ears. She listened. Mercy heard Mr. Watson snoring. She heard Mrs. Watson snoring. Who was downstairs making toast? Mercy went to the top of the stairs. She looked down into the darkness. Clang! Went the toaster. Clang was the sound the toaster made when Mrs. Watson turned it upside down to clean out all the crumbs. Somebody was making toast. Mercy went down the dark, dark stairs. She headed for the kitchen. Chapter 4. Leroy Ninker grabbed the blender. He grabbed the clock. He grabbed the cookie jar. Yippee-yi-yo, he sang as he worked. In you go. He grabbed the juicer. He grabbed the teapot. He grabbed the waffle iron. And then Leroy Ninker heard a noise. He turned around. Yippee-yi, sang Leroy. Uh-oh. Chapter 5. Mercy looked around. She did not see the toaster. She did not see the bread. She did not see the butter. Instead, Mercy saw a little man wearing a big hat. He was not making toast. Mercy was very disappointed. She was also very tired. She yawned. Good pig, said the man. He nodded. Mercy lay down. She yawned again. Nice pig, said the little man. Mercy closed her eyes. Yippee-yi-yo, the man sang softly. Off to sleep you go. Chapter 6. That there, whispered Leroy, is a big pig. He reached into his shirt pocket. He pulled out a butter barrel candy. He unwrapped the candy and put it in his mouth. Leroy thought. It might be a good idea for this cowboy to hit the trail. I wonder how butter barrel candy tastes. What do you think, boys and girls? You ever had butter barrel candy? He picked up his bag. He stopped. Oh, shucks, said Leroy. The pig was blocking his way. There's no room to go around the pig, said Leroy. There's no room to go under the pig. Guess I got to go over the pig. Leroy stepped forward. He flung one leg over the sleeping pig. The pig moved. Leroy Ninker froze. Oh, I think he's in trouble now. Chapter 7. Mercy woke up. "Oink," she said. "Easy now," said a voice. Mercy looked out of the corner of her eye. The little man was on her back. Mercy stood up. "Steady, girl," said the little man. Mercy shook herself. The little man slid forward. "Whoa there," he said. Mercy smelled something. What was it? Butter! Mercy looked around the kitchen. No bread. No toaster. But she definitely smelled butter. Maybe someone next door was making sugar cookies. "Oink," said Mercy. She galloped out the open door. She galloped toward the Lincoln sisters' house. "Yippee-i-oh!" shouted Leroy. "Ninker, away we go!" Chapter 8. Upstairs at 54 Deckawoo Drive, Mrs. Watson woke up. "Mr. Watson," she said. "Mm-hmm," said Mr. Watson. "Did you hear a noise?" said Mrs. Watson. "What sort of noise, dear?" "A yippee-i-yo sort of noise," said Mrs. Watson. "No, I didn't hear a yippee-i-o sort of noise," said Mr. Watson. "You were dreaming, my dear." "I was?" said Mrs. Watson. "You were," said Mr. Watson. "Go back to sleep." Mrs. Watson got out of bed. "I think I will go and check on Mercy," she said, "and then I will go back to bed." "Excellent," mumbled Mr. Watson. "A top-notch plan, my dear." Mr. Watson started to snore. Well, that's it, boys and girls. That's Mercy Watson Fights Crime, chapters 1 through 8. Guess what? It's time to take a break. So go ahead, grab a bowl of popcorn and some juice, and you come right back here now. And let's see how Mercy Watson fights crime. Hurry back.